Welcome to session 49. So we'll continue reading and analyzing Act 2 of the play. So we are looking into Scene 3, Act 2. So now Edgar, after being bluffed by his own brother, illegitimate brother Edmund, knows that now his life is in danger. So he decides to disguise himself as a beggar and he goes by the name Poor Tom. And he believes that his new identity as a beggar with name Poor Tom will somehow helps him to be safe. So on the other hand, Edgar, who is Edgar now he appears to be very clever. Edgar, who has been dupe of Edmund, he shows in his scene that he is capable and resourceful, and he avoids the capture. And upon disguise, that is unlike to arouse suspicion. He is very clever. So Edgar's new identity as Poor Tom is very much symbolical. It shows that man being reduced to a basic level of existence and reflects on how the new order of power in the kingdom has turned everything upside down. So what one must understand, this act of Edgar, who was in the position of agency, now his situation is turned into a kind of poor beggar. So it is very symbolic in the sense the very existence of human beings can change at any point of our lives. So in scene 4, what happens? So King Lear, he arrives at Gloucester Castle and is very much shocked to find his servant Kent, who is disguised as Caius, in the stocks. He cannot believe that he is being punished, and his own daughter would insult him in such a way that his servant is punished. And he decides to meet Cornwall and Regan, and he attempts to do that, but both Cornwall and Regan they give excuses and refuses to see King Lear. So finally, when Cornwall and Regan emerge, when they appear from the castle to greet Lear, the king he requests his daughter Regan for compassion. But Regan, on the other hand, she behaves very coldly, and she repeats or she behaves in the same way as her other sister, uh, you know, uh, other sisters, and she also complains about her father. So when Gondril arrives, Regan she sides with Gondril, and they both go together and they strip Lear of his knights, and they both complain about the behavior of Lear and his knights. So Lear is totally crushed and humiliated. He curses his daughters, both Gondril and Regan, and once again he expresses his fear that he is going to be mad. So Gloucester, who is very loyal to Lear, he expresses concern for the king, but Regan and Gondril, they stand firm and they still believe that this old man is behaving in a very foolish way and they are not ready to accept it. So they lock the doors of Gloucester's castle, thereby shutting Lear outside. So one of the most climatic or important scene in the play that Lear is finally confronted with the cruel betrayal of his daughters and the shattering of his world, the imaginary world where he imagined that he will be taken care of, he will be given respect, he will be given love by his daughters Gondril and Regan, but now it shatters completely. Now he realizes that their only intent was power and their greed, and now that they have all these things, they have no further use for their father. So here Lear comes across as someone who is unable to deal with reality. So his imaginary world is shattered and now he is brought to reality, and he is not capable of coming in terms with what is happening in reality, how he is being treated by both Gondrel and Regan. He is extremely slow in realizing this particular aspect because he is unable to understand the real love of Cordelia, but he is being duped by fake love shown by Gondrel and Regan. So by the end of this scene, Lear fears again that he will go mad. Whereas Regan's behavior towards her father is heartless in this scene, as you can see, because she is not ready to listen to her old father. Her talking of Gondrel's hand is a symbolic display of their alliance, and after Lear departs, Regan is quick to justify her cruelty by saying that her castle is too small for Lear and his knight. So that is how they are treating him. Okay, so they are totally cold towards Lear. In the same way, Gondrel, she also goes from cruel to being heartless. From beginning, Gondrel has been pushing for Lear to be eliminated. There is still doubt that Gondrel comes across the crueler of the two sisters. After Lear has been thrown out, Regan feels a need to justify her actions, saying that her castle is too small for Lear. So here she is justifying her hack that she is giving reason that her castle is too small for a person like Lear, but her real intentions are totally different. So here I have given some important quotes which appear in Act 2. Go through them and then you have multiple choice questions. Try to answer these questions. Thank you.